January 29th, 2003. Networking with Big Wigs. I wrote an email to Howie saying, "Have fun at golf. I had a great time last night. I went to volunteer for the Frank Sanchez campaign and ended up at the mayoral debate sponsored by the Organization of Black Affairs. In a room of about 200 people, I was one of only maybe 5 white people. Blacks are not traditionally crazy about big cats, and I can honestly say I have only had one die-hard supporter in the black community, and who should I walk up and sit next to but him? I now have tons of friends in the black community, including key contacts at the St. Pete Times and WMNF, who say they will do a program on us. James Ransom, my friend, serves on the county as sort of an ethics police, and from what I saw in the room, is loved by everyone." Frank Sanchez came over to hug him, and James introduced me with a glowing rendition of my life's accomplishments to date. When James told Frank that I had just signed up as a volunteer on his behalf, he hugged me with such emotion that I thought he was crying when he said, "Bless you." I took advantage of the moment this morning by asking Frank to sit on my advisory board because we have 4,276 families in Tampa that support us. In Hillsborough County, there are 390,000 households and over 500,000 dogs and cats, so the pet vote is a very big one, and his association with us could only help. They took a straw vote last night, and Frank had 40% of the vote, with the next highest being Pam Iorio at 27%. I liked her, and she seems to be a highly ethical person, but she doesn't have the business skills and experience that he has. Did you know he was from Harvard? I don't live in the city limits, so I can't vote, but I think he is just what Tampa needs, and will be a great advocate for us, whether he is willing to serve on the board or not. He never did. It is warming up here. I have to give a tour this morning, then lunch with Mom, Jamie, and Daniel. I miss you and look forward to your return. Wrote to him a little later saying, "Dear Howie, today was a great day. Scott gave a tour to a guy who turned out to be worth $160 million and who is the NASCAR driver you see on the cola machines all over the place. He supports a roadside zoo and the Greyhound rescue groups, and we are his new favorite place." He never did donate. I met with Alexandria and Beth today for a 3-hour tour. Alex helps raise funds for Shambhala, an exotic cat breeding facility, and says she's never seen any place as well run as ours and wants to help us from Michigan. I am meeting with her tomorrow as well. Beth is the significant other to one of the Detroit Tigers and is trying to get them to do something public with or for us. It was her second time here. She came last year when the Tigers were here for training and did the Big Cat expedition. Tomorrow I will meet with Catherine from the Museum of Science and Industry, who has the Hot Air Balloon Company. She wants to show me plans she wants to develop into a joint venture in which she picks people up for a balloon ride and then delivers them to us for the safari, our Big Cat expedition, and then back to her for the evening ride. She says she has plans to advertise it on the balloon, which would give us a lot more exposure. Scott has been working on that lead and just invited me to see what she is presenting tomorrow. The guy from James Auto Body, who wants to do a billboard for us, has been missing me all day in telephone tag, but that should be resolved soon. I made a $100,000 offer on a house in Carrollwood, but I haven't heard from the bank. I think I could make a quick $20,000 on it. The bank has 2 offers of $115,000 each, but the people have to get financing, and I can't imagine a bank financing it in its current condition. The bank that owns it says they won't. Probably the best news of all is that I reconnected with Mel Bermudez of 3 Palaces Realty. He used to be a competitor of mine and told me he was injured badly a couple of years ago and couldn't do the fix-up on foreclosures anymore, so he would toss them my way as he ran into things that needed a lot of work. He is very active as a realtor in Tampa, so that was very fortuitous. Jamie is just too swamped to deal with the website, so I decided to move it back to my computer. That took several hours and just about had me beat, but I was finally able to open it, and all 2,100 pages are not only there, but in the right order. Yahoo! Now I can go to bed and dream of you. Signed, Carole. Howie wrote back to me saying, "Sounds like a very successful networking to me. Wow. Played a fantastic front 9 holes today, after which Alan turned to me and said, 'It looks like Carole and I bring out the best in you.' Thought that was cute. I sucked on the back 9. which had the silver lining of letting him win, although I would never do that intentionally. Frank sounds like a great candidate, and I'd enjoy knowing more. I am pretty ignorant about the local politics, and have never gotten involved at all, and only know of Pam from the press about the voting job, and had a good overall impression versus no impression of Frank, but he sounds great. Of course, anybody smart enough to bless you is bound to be good. Odds are I won't be arriving in Tampa until 9 p.m. or so tomorrow, but if I happen to get on the road early to arrive before 8, do you have plans, or should I call to see if you'd like to have a late dinner? Don't change anything. Odds are against it. Just a thought. Wow, not only did you pack so much into your day, but every part of it seemed to have major positive implications. Wonderful. I am flattered that after all that you still had a thought of me at the end. Thanks. Really look forward to seeing you. Your earlier email said you weren't feeling well, very stiff. I hope that eased up. Jacuzzi help? If I can help with that laser thing, let me know. Signed, Howie.